why a troop is structured the way it is.
Sorry about that. I forgot to hit record.
That's all right. So, with that, I want to talk a little about the leadership experience that these scouts are getting. So, we go through a lot of main topics, including communicating, finding your vision, setting your goals, planning, solving problems, developing your team, servant leadership, scouting edge, leading yourself, ethics and values in decision making, diversity and valuing people, resolving conflicts, embracing and leading change, and resilience. It's a lot of stuff, and every day is packed with instruction, with activities, with competitions. There is no wasted time in this course. And our goal is not only to teach these skills and qualities to them, but to give them every opportunity to actually use them. Because we know the best way to remember something and really learn it is to then use those skills in a realistic environment. So part of that is the participants are rotating through their leadership positions, through their responsibilities. They're doing everything that we can get them to do themselves. We're there not to tell them what to do, but we're telling them how to do it, and we're guiding them through that process. Another big part of NYLT is teamwork. Participants end up spending 6 days together as a patrol. One of the most memorable parts and meaningful parts of NYLT is those bonds that they form with their own patrol. Um, it's 5 to 8 scouts. The participants have probably never met before. And throughout the week, our goal is to push them through all the stages of team development within their patrol. They get to work together and learn to be a high performing team. It's not only a great personal experience for these scouts, but they get to learn about teamwork and watch a team grow firsthand. Our youth staff, our troop guides aren't there to lead them, they're there to guide them towards this real responsibility, towards all these skills that we're trying to give them so that they can come back to your troops and they can be the leaders. So, with that, I'm going to hand it back to Carter, and he's going to talk a little bit about what makes NYLT different.
All right, thanks, Bill. So a big thing that makes NYLT different is it's not really a traditional summer camp. This is gonna be on the next slide. So a big thing about NYLT is, as I said, not a traditional summer camp. You don't earn merit badges, and it's more or less for yourself to reflect on what you've done, what you can do, and how you can get better. I know a lot of camps, they work more or less on a theme of a program or kind of something to help people, um, kind of something for people to do during the summer, but that's not really what we're doing here. We're here for a reason that isn't just taking merit badges. It's all one subject and we focus on it all week. It's like if we had a merit badge for NYLT, it would take the entire week instead of just an hour a day. This is fully planned out beforehand. It's actually the same thing each year, a little bit different, but it's the same idea, and scouts learn the same things. So it's fully planned ahead of time. It's pretty fast paced, so there's no getting bored, that's for sure. And there's a purpose to it. Like I said, it's all about scouts bringing something back to their units kind of afterwards and seeing what they can do better as leaders and things that they can teach each other. It's a youth-led course, unlike summer camps, where you are led by a camp director. We have a course director, but we do not have a camp director. That's more or less Bill's job as the youth course lead. He's kind of there to keep everything organized as a camp director would be. And Simon's really the one who's keeping all of the participants organized. That would be anyone taking the course, and that's basically the job of any adult staff member at a regular summer camp. The adults are really just there to the adults are just there to make sure that if anything does go wrong, there's someone there to help, keep everything organized if needed to step in, and really because that's also a rule in Scouts, you have to have adults there. I'm sure it probably wouldn't go greatest if there wasn't at least some there. On the next slide, we do actually have, as I said, it's a youth-led course. We have the senior staff members that are here. Mr. Conley's our course director. Our Scoutmasters are actually Mr. Hannum and Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley's on the call with us. Mr. Hannum couldn't make it due to other things. Youth course lead, as I had said before, that's Bill. I'm his assistant, and then we've got senior patrol leader. That's going to be Simon. The senior patrol leader is mainly the one who deals with participants. Everybody else is kind of just there to make sure that he's got the help he needs and everything runs smoothly. On the next slide, we have why it matters, and I believe that I'm going to hand it back over to Bill for this slide.
Sure. So, like I said, NYLT, it creates better leaders. A lot of the troops that we send participants to really believe that their scouts are coming back with much better skills, that they're much more prepared to take on these leadership positions in their troops. It's practical experience. These guys can come back more confident, and they're bringing a lot of value back to their troops. So much so that a lot of troops in our council will actually fund part, if not all, of the cost for their scouts to go because they think it's so impactful. So on the next slide, 100% of the participants that filled out their evaluation last year agreed that they would recommend this course to other scouts. And my personal opinion and the opinion of probably all the other staff is that this is going to be the best course that we've had in quite a while. So with that, we'll move on to the summary, and I believe Carter's going to conclude this presentation for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Bill. As he had said, and I can agree with it, this course we've only done a few weekends to kind of organize it, but it is already seeming like it's going to be a really successful course. And I would really suggest a lot of scouts sign up for it this year. In the past few years, we've been kind of recovering from all the widespread illness and everything, but after that, we're getting back on it, and it's looking really good. So the summary, it's a national level training provided by our council, run by the best leaders that we can find, basically anybody who is willing to give up a week and has taken the course, and we think they're qualified. Youth and adult leaders will share their experiences with the participants, as well as the participants will share with each other, kind of just to get a look at what other units will do and what they can learn from each other. We can also learn from them, everybody can learn every day. And it's a week full of activities and leadership opportunities. When I took it, I don't know, that's honestly the best way I can say it. It's full of opportunities. We got the next slide. It's got all of the details if you want to take a picture or a screenshot. All the registration and all of the general details of the event. It's a lot of things that people ask questions about. So if you want to take a screenshot of that or take a picture of that real quick, you can have the chance to do that. And then other than that, we've got open to questions if anybody has any. If you do, please ask them. we would love to answer them as long as, as long as they're related in some way.
All right, thank you, Carter and Bill. Um, one thing that I probably should have said at the start, I don't know why I don't lead with this more often, is that a lot of the stuff that is taught at NYLT is things that I actually use in my job day to day. Things like the start, stop, continue, and even I brought up the stages of team development recently, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that's I've been talking about that with other people." So it's not even just scouting things; it's the leadership stuff that you learn you can use in kind of all aspects of your life.
Well, I will pose a question. I'm going to be going there for a week long. Where do we sleep? What do we eat? You know, I'm thinking with my ability to sleep and my ability to be nourished. Do you feed us well?
I mean, I hope so. Last year, I think we got fairly high marks in food. So the sleeping is going to be at um, Scout Haven in the sites. It's not 100% set, but I believe that we're going to be asking participants to bring their own tents because summer camp will be over and the tents will have been taken down by then. But we're going to have a pre-camp meeting the week before where we will definitely share like all the final things. But um, yeah, like with exactly what you need to bring in addition to just normal uh, scout event stuff. But yeah, the food, like the you said, and also sorry, Bill, if I'm stepping on your toes here, but it's a mixture of patrol cooking and then we do some in like the dining hall. I think primarily mornings is what we were trying to do so that you didn't have to wake up and then make sure you made breakfast and then clean up breakfast and then get to flags and then start the day. This way you could wake up, head to flags, go to breakfast, and then do the cooking the rest of the day on your own.
Right. I would say participants should bring their own mess kits, but we do supply patrol boxes with all the patrol cooking equipment that they'll need for the meals that they make in their sites.
So are you saying that there is a suggested or even a mandatory equipment list that participants need to bring?
Yes, we've made that. We've shared that in the past. We'll make sure we have an equipment list, but mess kits are definitely one of those things that are on it.
Is there any last words? Well, let me put it this way. If I was on the fence about signing up for National Jamboree, and you could use one sentence to encourage somebody, what would you say to them in that one sentence?
I would say that last year, every single participant that evaluated us agreed that it would be a good idea for you to go to NYLT.
All right, with that, I'd like to thank you guys all. I'd like to thank all the participants, all the staff that came together for this. And hopefully we'll get lots of people signed up for NYLT and help to build some leaders in the future. Thank you so much for everybody's time.